I got a few big disclaimers to make. Number one, I am no expert on religion. Number two, I am purposely not going to quote anything from the Bible or any versions of the Bible out there because I am not do not want to just express beliefs off of one particular religion. I just want to say it for everybody in general. And number three, I am not God, and I have no clue what goes through his brain or what he's thinking, so please don't take it as that way. But anyway, guys, what is going on? Tanek127 here, and you guys are going to think it's odd that I picked this game of all games to discuss this topic with. You guys are like, Tanek, are you nuts? You want to do a video about video games and religion, but you're going to play Bloodborne while doing that. The most gothic, gruesome, one of the most gothic and gruesome games probably out at this moment right now. And to be honest with you, yes, I am. And the reason for that is because the main point I want to make by this, and I'll tell you guys a bit about my religious background in a second, is that to my knowledge, and make sure you highlight that, to my knowledge, there's no grudge with Christianity and gaming, and that goes for Christianity, Catholic, whatever you are, because the topics came to my attention a few times, and I actually saw I was just scrolling through my Twitter feed, and I actually saw somebody talking about, I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, and I just never knew how to do it. And I'm going to tell you guys a bit about my religious background. I'm just your average everyday Christian. I have my beliefs. I believe in God, stuff like that. I have a regular Bible study weekly. I actually study with Jehovah's Witnesses. The only reason I pick them to study is because, and I will tell you guys this flat out, number one, they're the only religion I've ever studied with that can have a simple Bible study with you without trying to force you into their religion. My mother, she's actually a Mormon. When I first tried, to get Bible study, because, I just wanted to get, in touch more with the, Christian stuff and stuff like that. I like having a relationship with God. That's just, my personal opinion. That's what I like to do. So, this video isn't here, to force Christianity or God on anybody or nothing like that. So please don't take it that way. This video has a whole different purpose. But it was the Mormons. I tried studying with them for a bit. They were more obsessed with trying to drag me into their religion than actually teaching me about God, or what their religion was about. That religion, I'll just be honest, this may sound like a bash to them, and please forgive me, but that religion sounds like it's more based around a certain person than it is the actual being God who created us all, or who I believe created us all. Sorry, I gotta watch my words here with this one. But the point of this video is to basically say that God, to my knowledge, again, does not hold a grudge against gamers, does not have a thing against gaming, does not say you're gonna go to hell if you play a certain game. Now, I'm not going to quote anything from the Bible, but I'm going to tell you guys simply, what it says. And I think, if you're in any kind of religion, you can agree that, the Bible says this. The Bible simply says, do not be influenced by, the things of today, the world around you, and stuff like that. Now, obviously, you have a bunch of crazy crap that goes on today. You got war, you have, prostitution, you have stealing, you have murders, you have, all kinds of crazy stuff. Then you have video games, something that the media likes to target. Mind you, the media is one thing that the Bible does tell you not to be influenced by the government of today and stuff like that. So for you people who question gaming, I think you should question more about the news you're watching on TV. But that's a topic we'll save for another day. But the point I want to get to with this is there's no beef or grudge against gamers. I'm going to tell you guys how I look at it and why I feel the way I feel. I notice this every time I do my study. They're always talking about, not being influenced by the world around you and stuff like that. And that's the reason I picked Bloodborne to use this topic with. As you guys can see, gothic, gruesome game. The game is about you fighting evil. Like my mother, when I was growing up, and when I did spend time with her and stuff like that. No, I still do. I was just I was majority with my grandparents my whole life. That's why I say when I spent time with her. But my mother, she had always had a big beef against this game, Dungeons and Dragons. I had recently, after I got older, I finally found out what Dungeons and Dragons was. It was an RPG that revolved around dragons and stuff like that. And after doing research on the game, I couldn't figure out what it was that my mom had an issue with. The monsters were just regular monsters that you see in every other old RPG. There were spells, swords, shields, like this, same typical RPG crap. And I'm just like, alright, so what is so different about this game that that I can't find in any other RPG? And then when I finally do research, I look at like online guides for it. I see that the final boss is the devil. so I finally put two and two together, and I'm like, oh, that's her problem. It's because the devil, or someone's made up version of the devil, is in a video game. Which is, completely understandable. Now let me tell you guys something. Let me ask you guys something. The story of, Christianity and stuff like that, it's a larger scale battle, honestly, between good and evil. God, or Jehovah, however you prefer to him as, either way. Him, Jesus Christ, his angels against Satan and the rogue angels, aka demons. Now, that's God's enemy. Why would God punish us for a video game, a fictional video game, where we don't do anything but kill his enemy in the end of the game? I mean, I'm not saying that God's a cheerleader for the game. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, put right in the Bible saying play Diablo because you kill Satan at the end. No, I'm not saying that God's saying that, but I'm just, that doesn't really make sense to me. And like a lot of these games in here, you're battling against the evil, like these beasts, these creatures. I'm not one of them. I'm not going around sucking humanity dry. I am killing them. I am saving humanity. Same thing with a lot of shooters. Yes, war is a bad thing. Obviously, killing people isn't a good thing. But what is the object of the wars usually the time? There's terrorists that want to kill people for no reason, or some type of greedy background or goal. You're trying to stop that evil. I just can't picture God having a grudge with his people playing a interactive movie that has them fighting against things that he's against anyway. That just doesn't really make sense to me. And when people say that if you're Christian, you shouldn't play this type of video game, or you shouldn't be into that. Now obviously, once again, the Bible says do not be influenced around with the world around you. I am a Christian, and I play Grand Theft Auto 5. I have enough common sense to know that in the game You know, if I'm going to go, rob a bank or hold up a store, to go buy a car in the game, I have enough common sense to know not to do that in reality. I don't know about most people, but apparently, a lot of people don't, which is why, stuff like that happens today. But I'm one of those individuals that has that kind of common sense. I don't know about you guys, but I personally, I like being able to, make YouTube videos, come home, from a job every day and stuff like that. I like life and all its little mysteries. I would rather not spend it in a jail cell, because I saw something that looked cool on a video game, so I wanted to go try it in real life. I have a little bit more sense than that, and I think I'm not going to say a majority of the world, because there's a lot of stupid people out there that do a lot of stupid things. So I'm not going to say a majority. I'm going to say a good portion of the world probably has that same common sense mentality. I'm going to guess so anyway. And another thing is, which I really don't agree with, is there's a lot of gamers that involve their Christianity in with gaming, and it's a really good thing. Like huge props to him. Nova Sarah Angel, one of my fellow YouTubers and partners. He's his biggest thing on his channel is the fact that he's a Catholic gamer, and he speaks up for his religion and everything almost in every video, and that takes balls. Or are you gonna try and tell me that God's gonna turn away from him for that? Or I think God's gonna applaud that for him spreading the word in a very unique way. I'm not trying to ride his nuts or anything like that, but I'm being dead honest. I don't see how God would see that as a bad thing. But once again, like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not God. I'm not in his brain. I don't know what he thinks, or what he wants to do. That's I'm a human on this earth like everybody else. But I don't know. I just felt that this video was necessary, because I'm personally I'm really defensive when it comes to gaming. Like you guys see me on Twitter. I get even when people bash this generation's got a ton of game bashing and stuff like that. It annoys me. Like you'll see me rant on Twitter about it all the time. Like when people started hating on the FF7 remake, I freaked out. I was pissed. Same thing with Black Ops 3. And when people say that you can't be a Christian and play certain video games, I think it's complete crap. And I can't stand it when people say that. If the basis of the Bible is a story against good and evil, and in a lot of games you're fighting the same evil stuff that God is against, why would God have an issue with that? That just doesn't make sense to me. It really not one bit. And I will never understand the logic of people when they say things like that. But I don't know. Feel free to comment. Feel free to let me know what you think. If you're religious or nothing like that. Like I said, this video isn't here to push Christianity or anybody or nothing like that. It's just a topic I wanted to discuss. I'm real sorry for the dull and boring gameplay, but I guess you can say this video is kind of a rant in a way. I just wanted to run around, yarn them, and talk to you guys for a few minutes. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you all so much for watching. It's your boy Tanek127. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace, guys.